I'm dreaming of the road again, set free in the wind.
My dad and my brother have showed up today. It is now December 23rd, 11:53 p.m. I know the chickens are doing great. I know this is mainly like the fireplace stuff, but we're gonna be harvesting some firewood. But both of them have brought over some wood, and my dad brought like a big old pile of it as well. But my brother just brought like a truck bed full, maybe half about it, and we just brought some of that in. Just put some water on the top of the fireplace because we have like an app that can control our thermostat, and the humidity was in the 40s, but now it's like low 30s. So I just went ahead and put a pot of water on there. But we were gonna go up on the property and try to find some stuff to cut up, bring it down, and then we'll have it in the pile. So kind of what we have already brought in. So it's quite a bit. This is just from like his truck. So that's really good. And then a little small pile over here. I know that shouldn't be that close and all that stuff, but we ran out of room. And then you're probably thinking, what is in that water? I put some coffee so it adds like a little scent since it's gonna be up there. Also, this just came in today, our little tool set. So I'm going back out, gonna help split some wood, and we're gonna get this pile of stuff going. It's been pretty busy. I think we started around 1 and it's now 3:02. So things are going. We're supposed to have a crazy snow and ice storm this coming weekend, but we'll see how that goes. We know sometimes the weather isn't what it is up to be. And one thing I've decided, I'm 100% gonna get some overalls. I'm joining the club and the family. My grandfather used to do it, my dad, my brother does it. Austin has some, but he doesn't really wear it a bunch. But I'm wearing some snow pants right now, and I'm glad I am, because we were in the creek getting some of that stuff. But I think I'm gonna try to either look on Facebook Marketplace. I was trying to get some for the boys, but she hasn't asked to be back yet. But try to get some for the boys, and then I want to try to get some for myself, either on Facebook Marketplace or I have to go somewhere and get them. We'll see if I have to buy new. I don't know. Either way, they will get their money's worth. That is 100% sure. 2 eggs for my girlies. So far, I've either been getting 1 egg or 2 eggs a day. Sometimes there might be one day where I don't get anything, but for the majority, I've been getting at least 2 eggs. I just had to buy eggs from the store for the first time since having chickens, and it's January, so I think that's pretty good, honestly. Found Miss Ma'am some treats while we're cutting some wood. Everyone else is just kind of taking a little dirt bath. Oh, she snatched it all. You're gonna give me a double yolk, aren't you? I'm sorry. This is Boombox. I don't have any more. All gone. That's all I got. But I'm kind of leaving this here for now because it stays dry under there, so they're kind of taking their dirt baths. These two are doing a lot better since we've gotten them. The pecking order and whatnot. They're still kind of skittish around us, but they're learning and getting better. I don't have any more. I'll have to find more. So today is Saturday, and I believe, let's see, it's 28 outside, but feels like 24 and like 24 degrees. And then we have a winter storm warning. The conditions are expected by 7 a.m. Sunday, January 5th. So it's probably a few days since we like harvest the second time like of the wood. And my goal is to, we had a pile out here that my dad brought, but I've already used that within like 24 hours since he's done that. Basically my goal is to bring a bunch of wood and put it in our 2-bay garage, hopefully for like 2 days, because our wood pile is like a little distance from the house. My husband got some gas for our generator yesterday in case we lose power, because we lost a lot of power during like spring and summer. We haven't really been here for winter. Like we moved last year around like the end of January. I think I'm gonna try to use this instead of the 2 5-gallon buckets, or 3, just because like the wood is kind of awkward. Like some of them are cut awkwardly and I can't put as much, and it's a lot of trips. So I think I'm gonna fill this up as much as I can, bring it over to the house and stack some of it. I don't want to stack all of it into the house because there are some like ants and stuff that are hibernating, and obviously you put them in the house, it's warm, they wake up, and then you got them everywhere. No, baby. Just stand there and watch. Okay, so this is after the second load. I gave the boys a couple small pieces to put by the fire, but it wasn't really much. So I think I'm gonna do one more and try to stack it here, and then I'll do 1 or 2 more loads of the wheelbarrow and put it in our garage. And then this is the leftover that my dad brought. I'm gonna put this into the house like right now, and then I'm also gonna get a wheelbarrow full and just park it by the house, and that's gonna be like for today, if that makes sense. I'm just going to try to get a lot of small pieces, medium pieces, and a couple big pieces for nighttime. But I think the nighttime ones I'm just gonna put like in the garage. That way it's not gonna get any snow, any wetness or whatnot. Right here is kind of protected just because there's like a little overdropping of our roof. But it's like completely blue skies, no clouds around, and sometimes that could be like the calm before the storm. I'm not really fretting about an ice storm and whatnot, but I just want to be prepared. I really don't want to have to be like walking that far of a distance. I'd rather just do it for the chickens and all that, which I need to just, you know, just do what I can, pace myself, because the boys are here. I really don't want them out in the cold. They have fluid on their ears, so I really don't want to trigger that into like an ear infection or whatnot. So it's one thing about slow living, homesteading, whatever you want to call it. Like, try to have a heating source, try to have a light source, glow sticks, oil lamps. You know, this could be like, we could put our cast iron skillet on it and cook on our little fireplace. Okay, so this is after 2 loads of the wheelbarrow. I had the boys taking a couple pieces as well, but I think I'm gonna get these over here and then maybe get one more load and just put it into the garage for now. This second white line is the temperature, so it's probably 68, 66 in the house right now, because that second tick, and it's on the auxiliary heat. So this is kicking on after it drops below 68, and it's not supposed to be doing that. So it's like 2 degrees less. It's 6 in the morning, and I'm trying to get this thing going, because I fell asleep and I didn't get to really stock it last night, so we had to start from scratch. So we got a little thing going. Today is when that snowstorm hits. Let me pull up this weather. Conditions are expected 11 a.m. Sunday, January 5th. Goal is to get 2 wheelbarrows today. As you can see, it's starting to snow. It hasn't rained yet, so that's kind of good on like the icing part, but we are getting some snow. I don't know how much we'll actually get. Some are saying 17 inches, 12 inches, 5 inches. Either way, I really don't want to walk really far just to get a bunch of wood for the house. So I'm putting a pile close by the door and then filling a wheelbarrow and putting it kind of out of the snow area. They're still getting some, but not a lot. Also, I just checked on the girlies, the little chickens. I need to bring them some feed, some water, and move their water because it's kind of getting hit by the snow. Other than that, I don't think I'll let them free range. I don't know if I'm going to let them free range today or not. Okay, so this is currently what I am actually using. I know it's probably like really hard to see. Let's see if we can focus a little bit. Okay, yeah, this is kind of what I'm using. I used something else my dad gave him, but then we found a place and it's just like the pellets. I also just added it into here. There's like hardly any light, but I added it just into here. This is just less trips. For the spring when we got, it was mainly summer actually, this is kind of what I got, a whole bag. It lasted us until probably like 5 months of having them, but I didn't give them every day. But I also put some of this in their food. This is just kind of like a mealworm, just a little bit better, and we accidentally got it because they didn't have mealworms. But more research, it's just kind of like a little like mealworms on crack type of situation. And we trying this out, this free range. I got it, and I really don't mind it. Like I don't care for it, to be honest, because I get this from Rural King. It's just a classic blended wild bird feed, and I get a whole bag. And I normally give this as treats, but there's a lot of like sunflower, like it's the oil, so that could like change their meat if you process your own chickens. So I'm using this, but it just kind of has like oatmeal and mealworms in it, boonworms actually, and raisins. And so I figured I could just save money, get some extra oatmeal, and use this whole bag. It'd be cheaper, honestly, in the long run. Lucy, sit. 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 Stay. Lucy, sit. Stay. You could. Oh my gosh, girl, you need a bath. see that? Watch. Let's see. Okay. Watch her. Oh, boombox. Alright. Okay, so this is like hot water. I figured it'd be frozen. Okay. There's that. And their feed. I also added oatmeal to this. But I didn't show you all that, but alright. And there's a tarp over here. I don't know if that's in the frame or not, but we have a tarp right here. So right here seems to be staying clear of snow right now, and then they've been staying under here. It's all locked in. I've only gotten one egg today, but that's alright. They could take a break. Also, if you have some outside cats like I do, highly recommend these if you need something last minute. There's doors on the back side too, so they can get out both ways. But you just plug it in and there's a mat and it stays. But we have one cat in there right now. His name's Gray. But he'll stay in there all day, and the other one's on the porch. Okay, so we got a bunch of snow, no rain beforehand, but last night it started sleeting, so everything I'm stepping on is literally frozen. Not too shabby, honestly, it's fine, but we're having trouble keeping the house at a decent temperature. The auxiliary backup heat has kicked on so many times, but it's not kicking on until it's about like 66 in the house. That's not a fun time. We checked our propane and it's almost like 20%, like it's almost like empty. It is January 6th, 11:15 in the morning, and this wheelbarrow I kind of had to the side. Some of it got hit with the snow, some of it did not. So we ran out of that pile kind of by the house. There's still some, but it's actually like submerged in the snow. But I just kind of want to show you this. This is like a little homesteading, slow living in the winter time. And you don't see a lot of this. You just see like the great glory pictures of people who have been doing it for years, and they just show the highlights. And this is a highlight. It's not that I don't enjoy this, but it's a learning curve. This is like our first legit winter here. We moved here a year ago, right in the middle of a snowstorm, but we didn't get to like fully go through the motions, and we're still going through it and still learning. So I'm just trying to show you all our journey and learning curve and what we're going through. And it's not going to be like this every time, but each season will have its perks and will have its downfalls, whether that's winter, spring, fall, summer. You're going to have your challenges at each one of them. So this morning I had to boil water, put it in a cup, bring it to the ladies, the chickens, because theirs is kind of frozen, and we don't have any electricity that we can put over there because we lose a lot of power, so we weren't risking it. But we have everything blocked in to where they can go in their coop, and they've been staying in their coop through the ice. Okay, so it's January 7th. We just got back from dropping the boys off. I work tomorrow really early, so I didn't want to be trying to drive on these roads with the boys. Anyways, we just got home. The fire is basically out, but this is like what our thermostat's doing because it is struggling. This is why we put in our fireplace, because of this little situation. It is 64 in this house. It is supposed to go off when it hits 68, and not saying starts in a minute and some seconds. When I got on, it was literally on, it was saying in like 30 minutes it would be up to 68. That's not true. So right now it's running off for propane. So it is currently January 7th, 4:05 p.m. and I figured I would just kind of come on here in this little video, give you a little update on how our first winter storm went, considering this is like the actual first one we've been in since living here and kind of doing like the slow living aspect. So the wood we cut obviously has not been seasoned. Like, we didn't do it mid-season. The first batch we kind of found was a little bit better from where we had logging done. I have some videos on that if you want to check it out. But the second batch really was kind of more fresh wood per se, and it just was not burning the great way. My dad gave us some blocks that kind of help with the moisture in the wood. I used one of those already and it actually did make a difference, so we need to go to the store and get some more. But the snow kind of prevented that. We have one left. I plan on using that. Secondly, so basically the whole reason why we did this project, the video before this where we put a wood stove in, if you want to go check that out, it's kind of the whole process of that. What happened was we eventually turned our propane to electric. Like, we put our heat onto the electric because our propane, there was like a leak or something. The company came and looked for it and they could not find anything. They said there was no leak, nothing, but it lasted like a month, and that's not normal. It should, like, you fill it up, it should last you like half a year or so, and for some reason that was not working out for us. So we ended up just switching over to the electric, had a new system put in, all of that, and there's like a part to where it charges or something and it went out, and that will happen like around like Thanksgiving in November, and that order or that part has been on back order or whatever they call it. Still has not come in. Still, we don't know anything about it. I don't really know. Husband's gonna have to call and talk to them about it. I don't know, but it's just not heating like it should. It's going to the backup, which is our propane, and our propane is like 20%. There's like 20% left, and then it's probably gonna be out. So that's definitely not a good sign. So I've been trying to like keep the fireplace going, but the wood, where it's not seasoned, it's just kind of having a little issue of really holding that heat and producing a lot of heat. So we've been kind of keeping the door open until nighttime, which I use like the first batch of the wood that we had, like from the first batch of harvesting, which you can kind of see in this video, and that's doing a little bit better than the second batch. So I kind of pulled that yesterday and it did better like last night, but it's still just not doing the best. This is kind of like something that we've learned is, obviously this project was not meant to happen until like springtime. We did not plan on putting any of this in until springtime, harvesting our wood springtime, but the heat kind of gave out. So that's kind of like why we did this project when we did, and thankfully we did, because obviously we got hit with a snowstorm, and now it's saying like January 11th and 12th we're supposed to get hit again and get more inches of snow and ice and all that. So, you know, it's just kind of like a learning curve. I'm still trying to learning, and I just really want to share this journey. Like, this is our like first year of doing this homesteading from summer, getting the chickens. I don't really know what other animals we're gonna get and what else we're gonna do. Our main goal is just to really fix up this property and fix up this house. We only remodeled like the dining room, laundry room, bathroom, and kitchen is what we really remodeled, and that was like before we moved in. We want to do our boys' room, but we still need to like level their flooring, like where their closet is, and then we could do that, and then we could do the rest of the rooms. So there's just a whole lot to do with this house. We have to redo in here. The flooring's been done throughout the entire house besides the 2 bedrooms. We plan on doing carpets, so that's why we didn't do those flooring. But the whole bathroom, like all of that has the same flooring. It's not our favorite flooring, I will tell you that, but I basically just want to get on here and just kind of like show you how our first winter storm kind of went through here. The husband, his name's Austin. Austin's actually currently out on the tractor trying to do our driveway because it was a biddy just trying to get in and out. And our road has kind of been cleared up a little bit. We are like more so on the back roads, but overall, it could be better, it could be worse. This is definitely a live and learn type of lesson, but definitely if you want to follow more of a journey, definitely subscribe, check out some playlists. I have more of the homesteading. I have a homesteading playlist. Follow us along. I have pregnancy, postpartum journey, just a whole bunch of the playlists. So if you really want to check that out, I do a bunch of like lifestyle content. So yeah, just go ahead and check out the page, and if you're interested in following along, just go ahead and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.